Hello children. In the last lesson, we have taught you about the various landforms of Andhra Pradesh. Now, today's lesson, we are going to speak about a delta village or a coastal village of Andhra Pradesh, that is Penmakuru. Okay. So, this is the image of Penamakuru village. Now, where is this village? This village is located from 3 kilometers away from Buyuru village. You all know, you all have an idea about Buyuru village, no Nana? It's very close to our place. And we have to cross Bandar Canal to reach Penmakuru village. We have to cross Bandar Canal to reach Penamakuru village. Penamakuru village is situated between Krishna River and Bandar Canal. Penamakuru village is situated between Krishna River and Bandar Canal. Now, what are the soils of this place? Soils are mostly fertile alluvial black soil. The soils deposited by the river are called alluvial soil or Ondru Bhumi antavu nanadani. So these soils are very heavy and have high water holding capacity. Ante ekku kalam water ni retain cheyagalavu. These soils are also very much rich in nutrients and we can also find clayey soils in this land. They are very sticky when it rains and they retain moisture for a very long period of time. Land near the rivers have sand soils also. Mostly the soil is fertile that if water is available sufficiently, then the farmers can raise 2 to 3 crops a year. They raise around 2 to 3 crops a year. So fertile is the land here. So, ikkada bhumini emantaru undru bhumi antaru. Because they have alluvial soil here. Okay. The region receives rainfall from June to October from the southwest monsoons. From November to May, there is relatively very little rainfall, but good sunshine and warm temperature makes it possible to raise crops throughout the year. అంటే బేసిక్గా ఏంటంటే ఈ ఊరు వ్యవసాయానికి చాలా అరుదైన ఊరు. అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఫర్ అగ్రికల్చర్. గుడ్ ల్యాండ్, ఫర్టైల్ సాయిల్, good rainfall, good water facility, good electricity, everything is available in this village. That is the reason why we have given this village as an example. Now, if rains don't fall, also still they can have good cultivation in this village because of the canal water they are getting. Because of the canal water they get, Bandar canal water, whatever they get, because of that they can do the cultivation. And land which is to the near to the eastern side of the village, means eastern part of the village is very near to the canal nana. So they need not dig bore wells or anything, they get water from the canals, so they use that water for irrigation. And the land which is towards western and northern side of the village are on higher elevation, means their land height is little more, so they don't get the canal water. So what do they do for that? They dig bore wells. Now, since this village is very close to the Krishna river, if they dig only for 15 to 25 kilometers, they can get the water at a very easy way. But if I have to dig a borewell in our school, then I must go at least 100 feet inside the ground. Then only I can get, I'm not sure, I can get water. But in Penmakuru village, you just dig up to 15 to 25 feet, you get the groundwater. Reason? Because it is very close to the Krishna river. And most of the people who have fields in the high level land, what they do is for water, they dig bore wells, submersible bore wells, and they use it. And as the village is not having any electricity problem, so obviously it is very comfortable for the farmers to get the bore wells done and use the water through the bore wells for their agriculture purposes. Now, what are the crops that these people cultivate? They cultivate paddy. Paddy is extensively cultivated all over the coastal plains. Nursery for paddy, monsoon crop salva. Salva. They say dalva and salva. Salva is sown and transplanted in the month of June or July. They usually grow high yielding crops like MTU 2716, Swarna and BPT. ఇప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ ఏంటి అని మీరు అనుకోవచ్చు. మీరు తినే బియ్యంలో రకాలు ఉంటాయి. MTU 2716 is one. Swarna is one. BPT is one. These are all different types of crops. Okay, different types of yielding crops. And these crops are harvested around October and November. Okay, and all agriculture operations like threshing, ploughing, digging, cleaning of the field, everything is done by using tractors. And from the month of December, they sow the winter crop called dalva. From the month of December, they sow the winter crop called dalva. Ante ikkada salva oka panta vastundi, dalva oka panta vastundi. From the last, this dalva crop is mostly either paddy or pulses. అంటే పెసర్లు, మినువులు అవన్నా వేస్తారు, లేదంటే ప్యాడీ వేసేస్తారు. From the last few years, farmers in this area had stopped cultivating paddy amma. They have started cultivating sugarcane, because sugarcane crop stands for 9 to 12 months and is harvested in February and March. But it is highly profitable cultivation. For that reason, from paddy, people have shifted to sugarcane. The villagers also cultivate turmeric amma. This is turmeric plant, okay, and this is yam plant. Yam ante kandanana. దీన్ని elephant leg yam అంటాం. ఇంకా sweet potato also is a yam, okay, and there are many other types of yam. అన్ని దుంపల్ని మనం ఒక రకంగా yam అనొచ్చు, okay, and banana plantations. So this is being cultivated in the uplands అమ్మ, అంటే highly elevated lands, okay. And they also cultivate green gram. This is green gram, this is red gram, and these are millets. So here villagers also cultivate green gram, red gram, and millets nana. These are pulses. And vegetables, if water is not sufficient for the second crop, if they find that the rain has no more coming, the canal is not having sufficient water, then what they do, they start to cultivate vegetables like lady's finger, brinjal, cabbage, bitter gourd, okay. So they start to cultivate these crops and they sell all these crops in the Uyuru Raitu Bazaar. And during summer, what these farmers do, they cultivate jelugu and jeluga, jeeluga or pilli pesara. They say pilli pesara. These are actually fertility plants. What they do, these plants, they increase the nitrogen, they fix the nitrogen levels in the soil, and they are manure crops. అంటే భూమిలో ఇంకా కావలసిన న్యూట్రియంట్స్ బలం పెంచడం కోసం, ఉత్పత్తి ఇంకా పెరగటం కోసం, భూమిలో బలం పెంచడం కోసం, these people, they grow these crops in their fields for 30 to 40 days. And after 30 to 40 days, they plow and they mix up this dried plants inside the soil, so that gives lot of fertility. It is a fertilizer, actually it is a natural fertilizer for the field, okay. They also have orchards nana. Orchards ante telusu kada meeku, తోటలు అంటాం, మామిడి తోటలు, జామకాయ తోట, okay. And like that, here these people have orchards of guava, sapota, and papaya. As the soil near the river has sand, these soils have very less capacity to retain moisture amma. So paddy does not grow well on this type of soil. So అలాంటి సాయిల్ దగ్గర ఎక్కడైతే ప్యాడీ గ్రో చేయగలరో అక్కడ ప్యాడీ గ్రో చేస్తారు, ఎక్కడైతే ప్యాడీ గ్రో చేయలేరో అక్కడ ఇలాంటి పళ్ళ చెట్లని తోటల్లాగా వాళ్ళు పెంచుకుంటూ they cultivate all these fruit tree grows plants, okay. So the fruit trees grow well as their roots penetrate deep into the soil. So they have lot of orchards in this village. Irrigation and marketing and changing of crops. The shift of growing crops like pulses to paddy is due to the growth of irrigation, as these crops need lot of water. So as you all know, పూర్వం మన దగ్గర వాటర్ ఫెసిలిటీ చాలా ఎక్కువగా ఉండేది. బట్ యాజ్ అండ్ యాజ్ డేస్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్, the production of water is decreasing in our land. So because of that, what people have started doing, from millets and all these, they started to shift to paddy. And the farmers also need lot of money when they are growing this pulses amma. They need lot of money to buy the seeds of the plants, and then again fertilizers and all these things. So since it is highly అంటే పెట్టుబడి ఎక్కువ చేసే వ్యవసాయం కాబట్టి దాని మీద ఇంట్రెస్ట్ చూపించకుండా, now people have changed to paddy and then to sugarcane, okay. And ఈ ఊర్లో 750 కుటుంబాలు ఉంటాయి. Around about 750 families reside in this small village nana. And some 10 families will be having lands above 10 acres or more than 10 acres. And some 150 families are having lands of minimum 5 acres each. Okay. And few of the families, remaining families, they don't have land at all. So those families which are not having land, what they do? They go and they take the land from the landlords on rent. Ante kaulu. Kauluki వ్యవసాయం చేస్తారు. And or they work as laborers in these fields. So this is the land ownership and tenancy in that village. Okay. These are the various types of houses they live, Nana. In this village, this is the house of a landlord, farmer. This is the house of a laborer, and this is a house of a small farmer. Okay, and the main village, in the main village, all landlords reside, Nana. People of all castes and of all professions reside in that village, but the main village is inhabited by the landlords, and other people live in small hamlets. అంటే hamlets అంటే ఏంటి? చిన్న చిన్న గూడెంలు, గూడెంలు అంటాం మనం, ఆర్ కట్టలు. So they live on the banks of the canal towards the south of the village. There is a small market in that village, Nana, which has all the basic needs like bank, hospital, and what you say, post office, and small kirana shop, small saloon shop, one small mechanic shop. Like that, small shops are there in that village. And people here, those who are doing cultivation, okay. Those who are not doing cultivation, what are the other things that they do? They rear animals like cattle, sheep, buffaloes, pigs, and all. Because most of the land is used for cultivation, there is very few land left for the grazing of cattle. So they don't have too much of cattle there, which needs a lot of grass to eat. So they just rear small animals like sheep, goat, and all these things. And around 15 to 20 families, Amma, they prepare baskets. They weave the baskets with the నేదురు బుట్టలు అంటాం చూసారా, palm string strips తో they weave the baskets. So their main occupation is making baskets, catching rats, and rearing pigs. There is also a poultry farm in this village, Nana, and this poultry farm is fully mechanized, and it has around 80,000 hens in that poultry farm, which lay about 50,000 eggs per day. And these eggs are sent to the nearby villages and cities like Vijayawada and all. And they are even exported to other states like Assam, Bihar through agents. And కోడి droppings ఉంటాయి కదా, every chick releases its potty. So that potty is being sent, sold as feed for the fish to the nearby fish farmers. అంటే ఫిషింగ్, చేపల చెరువులు ఉంటాయి కదా, ఆ చేపల చెరువులు వాళ్ళకి ఆ డ్రాప్లెట్స్ అన్ని ఫీడ్ కింద అమ్ముతూ ఉంటారు. సో దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ద పౌల్ట్రీ ఇన్ దట్ విలేజ్ నా. There is a rice mill in that village, and all the owners of the rice mill purchase the paddy from the farmers, nearby farmers, and they prepare the rice to sell it in other places. Since poultry and rice mills are agriculture based products, we call them as agro industries. Since they are agriculture based products, we call them as agro industries. And road transport and markets. So the road transport of for this village is very well developed, Amma. They are having a very good connectivity towards cities and towns, and all the whatever produce the farmers prepare in their land, they can easily do marketing in the nearby villages. అంటే వాళ్ళు ఉత్పత్తి చేసిన వ్యవసాయ పదార్థాలని చాలా ఈజీగా they can sell it in the markets. And they are having a sugar factory in Uyuru. So all the sugar cane whatever they prepare, they cultivate, they sell all the sugar cane to the sugar factory. You know that sugar factory, no, Nana, it is KCP sugar factory. And the villagers sell all their vegetables to the right market in Vijayawada or Guyuru. The paddy is sold in the fields only through the brokers. In this village is having a very good availability of labor, Amma. People అంటే వర్కర్స్కి ఇబ్బంది లేదు. అవసరమైతే వ్యవసాయానికి పని చేయటానికి ఈవెన్ పీపుల్ ఫ్రమ్ ద నియర్ బై విలేజెస్ ఆల్సో కమ్ టు దిస్ విలేజ్ టు డూ ద అగ్రికల్చర్ వర్క్. ఓకే. అండ్ మోస్ట్లీ చిల్డ్రన్ who have passed 10th class in this village, they settle down as auto drivers or mechanics or what you say, electricians, like that. So none of them sit idle. They do some job. Okay. But that doesn't mean that there is no educated person in that village. There may be good educated people in that village also, but mostly children who have finished their education there, they have settled down like this. So this was about Penmakuru village, Nana. In the next lesson we are going to tell you about Salakam Cheruvu. Salakam Cheruvu village, which is in a plateau region. This is a village we have talked about, which is in a delta and coastal region. So, in the next video, we are going to tell you about a village which is in a plateau region. So, Penamakuru village is very close to you all. So, anytime if you feel like when you are free, you can tell your parents to just take you once so that you can have a glance about in that village. You can go and just watch how that village actually looks like, that it has been mentioned in your textbook. Okay, there should be some specific reason, no, they have mentioned it in your textbook. So all of you, just if you can go and just check out this village, just check it out and come, Nana. Okay, so have a nice day, stay home, stay safe, and please don't wait for the diary works to be given from the teachers. You people are supposed to read the lesson from the textbook, and then you are supposed to read the notes from the study material. Okay, ma, have a nice day, stay home, stay safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you.